Hombale Films brings to you RCB 12th Man TV.
We're just 2 sleeps away from the opening match of India's home World Cup campaign. The 15-man squad is in place and there's so much of excitement in the air in anticipation of another trophy. So many permutations and combinations for the Indian cricket team as every player is in form and raring to go. We spoke to a few cricket journalists from Bangalore about their expectations from the World Cup, and here's what they had to say. India seems to have ticked a lot of boxes before its big World Cup campaign. Talk to me about the biggest strengths and weaknesses for India according to you.
I think the biggest strength is obviously the bowling. Usually when you look at India over the years, you'd say that the batting is a strength, but I think over the last few years, the bowling has really evolved. You have Bumrah, who's back to full fitness. Siraj has been doing really well. He took so many wickets in the Asia Cup, and I think India has made a very, very good decision to bring R. Ashwin back into the squad. He's going to be a massive factor on Indian pitches.
I think India's strength is undoubtedly its bowling unit, which can take the pitch out of the equation. Historically, we talk about India and batting, and we take them in the same breath. But this time around, I reckon that India's bowling is its biggest strength because you've got bowlers who can win you games even on flat pitches. You take a Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Siraj, Kuldeep Yadav, the way Hardik Pandya has developed as a bowler, Ravindra Jadeja is having an excellent year. And of course, there's the Lord himself, Shardul Thakur, who I think his ability to take wickets in the middle overs is pretty understated, and it needs to be given the kind of recognition it deserves. And on top of that, if you've got Mohammad Shami and Ravichandran Ashwin on the bench, that's a pretty solid bowling lineup.
We've traditionally been a very strong batting side, right? I would actually think that the batting has become a little stronger now, simply because apart from the top 3, which are again really, really strong in Shubman Gill, Rohit and Virat Kohli, there is a sense that the middle order is probably in a better place than it was 4 years ago. Like we saw in that game against Pakistan, when their fast bowlers took the top 4 wickets, and there was still a partnership between Ishan Kishan and Hardik Pandya, so to speak. So I would say India's strength has always been its batting. It probably has been reinforced by the presence of certain known faces that have come back from injuries.
I think the biggest strength is the Indian batting lineup, without a doubt. Everybody coming into form at the right time on Indian pitches where these guys have batted all their life. Our batting unit is probably the best of all teams.
When it comes to weakness, I'm not sure if this is really a weakness. The small concern there is that we have a lot of players coming back from injury. You have KL Rahul who's coming back from injury, Shreyas Iyer coming back from injury. R. Ashwin is not coming back from injury, but he's coming into the squad pretty late. So unlike most other teams, India has not really prepared fully for this World Cup in terms of identifying their core 11.
As far as weaknesses are concerned, I think there's just a little bit of unidimension in their batting lineup because it's a top 6 full of right-handers.
Weakness could be just one, as I think about it, which could be the fact that if India play their best batting lineup, they could probably not have a left-hander in there, right? Like if both KL, Shreyas Iyer and everyone plays in the top 6, so Ravindra Jadeja at number 7 could possibly be their first left-hander. If anything, if there's a left-arm fast bowler or even a left-arm spinner like say Adunit Velalage or someone like that gets on a roll, they'll have one right-hander after another following, and that could be a bit of a trouble in case they're already, struggling somewhere. So.
The spin bowling department, there are a few question marks over there. R. Ashwin's inclusion, I was a little happy about it because Ashwin's inclusion will benefit them, but then again, that ODI experience, having not played the game for, I think, 2 years, he's just played a couple of ODIs, that might be a problem.
Let's have your predictions for the World Cup. How do you think India's journey is going to be?
I think it should be fairly smooth, at least all the way until the semi-finals, right? And I see them making the semi-finals for sure. Alongside, I think the usual names are going to come in. Australia, England are going to be there. I'm still thinking South Africa could be a bit of a dark horse coming in. I'd probably tip them to make it another step, go play the final this time. They'll be at the Motera or the Narendra Modi Stadium as it's called now, and probably lift the cup, I think so. I think the stars are aligning, it would seem.
Semi-finals for sure. They will make the semi-finals. It's going to be a massive upset if that doesn't happen. Beyond that, what I believe is you need to have 2 good days. You have a couple of good days, you're going to win the cup. You have 1 bad day, it's over. Hopefully they go the distance, but I'm just keeping my fingers crossed.
Top 4 for sure. I think they will reach the finals, but the thing is that once they reach the final, it just does not, end with just the quality of the cricket. It also, a lot of the other elements also have to just play the part. And I think it's going to be an India-England final.
I'm going with the unpopular opinion, Sriram. I don't see this team winning the World Cup. I'd say they would reach the semi-finals and probably exit in the semi-finals.
The wait is almost over. The ICC Men's ODI World Cup 2023 is here and we can't wait for the Indian cricket team to bring home the silverware. Who do you think will be the most important player in the Indian squad? Let us know your expert opinion in the comments below.